As I had the camera set up and I've got gravy out, I'm cooking a curry tonight. I'll show you how to make, what's it called? Aloo gobi, which is cauliflower and potato. So pre-cook your cauliflower. I use tin potato, so I haven't had to bother with pre-cooking them. But what I've got here is almost a teaspoon of Indian 5-spice called Panch Paran. I found that in Sainsbury's, so it's not hard to get. In here I've got a teaspoon of mix powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, a quarter of a teaspoon of garam masala, and a teaspoon of methi, with about a teaspoon of salt as well. So get your pan hot. You don't want it too hot though, because I was reading if oil gets too hot, the actual quality of it degrades and you'll get a funny taste from it. So I don't know what that is, to be honest. What about 2 tablespoons? Chuck in your whole spices. They don't need long, you certainly don't want to burn them because they'll be really bitter. With your gravy, get it heated, so you want it steaming, almost boiling, and you want it the consistency of about milk. With your tomato paste, that's just pureed water, but you want that consistency to passata. But you can just use passata, like. There's probably a bit too much oil in there, to be honest. Let's pour a bit away. Okay, so I've gone down to about a tablespoon. Okay, they're just starting to dance, so I'm going to go in with about half a small onion. And you just want to soften this, you don't want to brown it or anything like that. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn the heat off now and just let that soften by itself. So that Indian 5-spice is a mix of nigella seeds, fenugreek seeds, cumin, and I think it might be fennel as well. Get your heat back on the low. I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste. This won't take long, about 40 seconds. With your spice mix, and straight away a tiny little splash of gravy. Turn the heat up high. This will need about 40 seconds, and you want to go in a bit of the tomato paste. Bit of sugar. Pinch of coriander. Some coriander stalk. Let that cook. You ideally want the oil to separate, and that's a good indication of when it's ready to go. The next step would be to add the vegetables. So I'm going to chuck the veg in there. Give it a good coat. Heat up high, as high as it will go. In with a fair bit of gravy now. So about 70 ml. Now don't touch it. You're not going to burn a curry. So, I mean, there's obviously an extent where it's fucking black and on fire, but leave that now. You want it to reduce as much as possible. I can't remember what the effect's called. It's like the Maillard effect or something, but it's just the caramelisation. It's not beer, it's Diet Coke. Okay, and about the same amount again. Because that was far less than what I put in previously, but I've got a bit of onion paste here. It's optional, but it'll just ramp up the flavour. And just get that to a consistency. Yeah, it should be quite thick really. Just recording some videos. Alright. No. Do you want some aloo gobi for lunch?
No.
No, okay.
Did it pause or
No, it's going. And that's it, that's your aloo gobi done. I'm going to do him a dress next. Yeah, put some coriander on it, some fresh onion if you want. And there's that.